All right, I'm just finishing a paddle here on Lake Superior, just a little day trip paddle on a beautiful July day. Just going to share with you a little bit what I pack when I go on a trip like this. So I have a 17-foot sea kayak. It's got sealed bulkheads on front and back to keep for floating, in case of emergency, if you tip, stuff like that. It's going to keep some of the water out to keep you afloat. Days like today, even though it's middle of July and it's 17 degrees out, it's still, the water temperature is like 9 degrees, so it's still pretty chilly. So I wear a full wetsuit or dry suit. Sometimes I might wear a wetsuit if it's later in the year, but this time of year still, it's all about the dry suit, keeping dry, keeping safe. And I have my PFD. And in my pockets here, I've got a whistle, I've got a waterproof flashlight, just some essentials, things like that. I usually keep my phone on me here, and I keep it tethered with this to make sure that I never drop it into the water. Even though it's waterproof, at least I'll never lose it. Sun hat, of course. On the deck here, I usually try to keep it as clean as possible, but I do have my paddle float for in case of emergency, as well as some spare paddles. I'm just out for the day, but the conditions were a little bit rough, calling for like 1 meter waves, winds up to 15 kilometers an hour, gusts of 30. So I did bring a tent that I have in the back just in case I get stranded somewhere for the night. I also bring a water purifier so I can pump extra water just in case I need to. First aid kit. This is a little toiletry bag. It's got toilet paper, hand sanitizer, just some essential stuff like that. I've got my safety tow rope, floating rope. In the cockpit here, I usually have my bilge, my pump to pump out any water that gets in there, as well as some sunblock. I have my main paddle, and then strapped to my deck here, I've got my map. I've got some gorp just because I just finished having some treats on the way back, some nuts, and I've got a water bottle. This is just a little tripod thing for a camera. Then in the front here, I've got a bag of clothes. I've got some warm clothes. I've got a wetsuit, a toque, a few other things, just in case I do get stranded for a night. I've got a couple of layers of clothes that I need. And then I've got a bag of snacks and stuff in here. So there's, what do we have? Carrots, peanuts, some cans of tuna, apples, granola bars, all kinds of goodies in case I need to. And then of course we've got our skirt, and that essentially is what I pack to go on a day trip out here on Lake Superior. Safe paddles, everyone.